What's poppin'? It's the Sound Alchemist, and I'm here with the one, the only, the mosquito bite having
Gershwan! It's itchy. This is a video, well, and then you say, this is for the greater. This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. And that is, what Mr. Your Boy Brendan did. That's actually his name. Are average Imperial citizens allowed to own any kind of weapons like stubbers or such? So how oppressed, basically, is the Imperial citizenry when it comes to defending themselves? Pretty damn oppressed.
Yeah. You're kind of encouraged not to have free thought. It's basically you get put into your position, stay in your position, do what you got to do until the next person comes in to fill that position.
Yeah. With that said, it depends on the world.
True.
If you get your standard hive worlder, the majority of hive worlders have access to guns, but they're not legal. The government or the planetary governor will do everything in his power to try to suppress uprisings, because that happens a lot on hive worlds. So the fact that citizens just carry around weapons, that's horrible for a governor, because at any moment some crazy nut job can go into a school and just.
Now that's also the case with like Necromunda and stuff like that. They're like gangs and they've got weapons. Obviously, the PDF, the Planetary Defense Forces, will have weapons.
Arbitrators.
The arbitrators. Are rogue traders like allowed just like come in any planet?
Yeah, rogue traders. Well, they're not allowed to come into any planet, but usually most planets want to do business with a rogue trader because they have goods that like are not from the sector or whatever. Yeah.
So based on that, say a rogue trader comes into the planet and he sees like the people are just like in like the worst conditions. Would they try to do anything or no?
I doubt it, because like, so a rogue trader really has to guard his charter, which is something given to him that gives him the right from the emperor to just go about and like do whatever he wants. Basically, it's really just like a trade thing. He can go out and explore and trade freely, and he wants to protect that. If he tries to get involved into a sector civil war or a planet civil war, then you might get the attention of the wrong people, like the Inquisition, and then you get the charter taken away or get your life taken away. So I don't think a rogue trader would risk trying to like liberate Venezuela.
So then there's no real reason for anybody to kind of liberate the oppressees.
Nope. And that's why planetary governors tend to like be. There's a whole lineage, like it's
like kings and like that kind of stuff.
Yep, and it's just like about making sure that your cronies are taken care of, so that they can take care of keeping you in charge. But you probably going to get killed by one of them too, and it's just like a cycle like that. Now the other thing is that a lot of hive worlds, they're built on top of like civilizations, kind of like that one underground documentary series on the History Channel. So there's like cities and like technologies built on top of each other, and the hive worlders will go down to the very depths and try to mine for ancient technology and stuff like that. Sometimes they discover things that they're not supposed to, but that's how they get their weapons. They like, there's entire cities that are just abandoned and then built on by the new generations and stuff, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty legit.
Too legit to quit. Good question, though. I hope that answers your question. Next one.
Nicleo Rafael Ruiz. Do you guys think that Commander Farsight is corrupted by chaos? Because he went against the Ethereals and all that.
That's a really good one because of the whole Dawn Blade. Mm-hmm. So explain the Dawn Blade.
So the Dawn Blade was found on Arthas Moloch, which was a dead world, and it was a demon world now. It's been revealed that there was Khorne demons and Zeech demons all around there. So he ended up finding this blade in like this temple, and next to the blade there were pillars, and these pillars would kind of push away chaos. So Because of that, the sword can be one of two origins. First one, obviously a chaos sword, is on a chaos planet. And number two, it could also be a Necron blade. Necron because, again, it pushes off, chaos powers, and it's chronophagic, meaning whenever it kills somebody, the sword takes the remaining lifespan of that person and adds it to Farsight. Which, that kind of sounds chaotic.
Yeah, so if you do go the route of it is a chaos blade, do you think he's been corrupted even though he's a Tau?
No. I don't think he's corrupted because he still knows who he is. He's still Farsight. Like, nothing's really changed except now he knows that the Ethereals, they had a hidden agenda and they were just using the Tau to their benefits. So now that he knows this, he created his own enclaves. If he went full on chaos, I think he'd just butcher everybody. Because chaos is all about, yourself. Yeah, you got an army and you've got followers, but at the end of the day, you're looking out for number one. And the Farsight, he's not doing that. He's looking out for his Tau.
Unless it's a Zinchian blade and there's some plot.
Yeah, some schemes.
But it's a good thing he didn't sell out. He would be walking around with like Supreme outfits and Air Jordans.
Some Yeezys. But yeah. But I think it's probably Necron tech. Or at least that's what I personally want it to be.
Good question. Next one.
This one is by Josh Pratt. Is your brother Chris? Though I doubt it'll ever happen, what do you guys think would happen if a race of pacifists and their ideology spread across the Milky Way? P.S. Thanks for introducing me to Ants Canada.
I haven't seen Ants Canada in at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm like 2 weeks behind too.
If a pacifist civilization did take over, they better have a good army.
Yeah.
Because the Imperium is going to come knocking.
Not just the Imperium, but like Tyranids, Chaos, Necrons, Eldar, Orcs.
That's true. So like even if you get by with other Imperial or with other like humanity being like, okay, you're pacifist, cool. Orcs don't care. Tyranids don't care. They're gonna rip you to shreds. Mm-hmm. That's the whole purpose that's the whole reason why the Imperium is the way that it is. It's so like centered around war. It's because if they don't do that, then the orcs will just enslave them. Tyranids would devour them.
Right.
Dark Eldar would skin them alive.
Yeah, you can have the best ideology out there that everybody agrees with, but when it comes to orcs, they don't care about ideologies. Necrons, they just want your biomass.
Yeah.
So that's one negative about having any ideology in the 40K universe, because there's always some race that just doesn't care.
Exactly. Next question comes from Eric Probe. How many Demon Primarchs / Chaos Gods could Sly Marbo kill in one blow? It depends on how they line up.
Like in the first Deadpool movie, when they had that one bullet and they all lined up.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like that.
Then a lot. If they do that.
All of them, then.
Next question.
Alan Bochard. If the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war, would the Chaos God of War reign supreme? Or does Khorne just have better writing skills than the rest?
Khorne doesn't reign supreme because there's still a huge balance. In war comes the fight for survival, from like getting your limbs chopped off, which is Nurgle, right? Like it's
yeah, he thrives off of the will to keep on living.
Yeah, and then you have plots and plans. You need that in order to fight a war. So Tzeentch, and then every now and then you need a hooker after war. So
but also, Slaanesh. Right. Also, if you're into war, talk about the other side of Slaanesh. You want to be the best warrior. You want to perfect your close combat skills, so perfection is another thing.
Yep.
But hookers.
Next question.
Sam Beresford. If a Tyranid high fleet of sufficient size were to attack Terra, would the Shadow and the Warp reduce or eliminate the hole in the webway on Terra? Assuming the Emperor survived this attack, what would the effects on him and the Imperium be from being away from the Warp for so long?
So what you're saying is the Tyranids attacked Terra. They got rid of the Emperor, right?
No, I'm saying the Emperor survived.
Oh.
But since the Tyranids are now in Terra, the Shadow of the Warp engulfed it.
Then it's a fight for survival for the Imperium. Well, no, it would just be a defense of Terra, because once the Shadow of the Warp overcomes the Astronomicon, it's lights out for the Imperium. They can't get to places.
Right. Which sucks, because then you can't have your armies fly over to Terra like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's going to be more like... Oh, forgot my guys. Oh, here we are.
Exactly like that.
Mm-hmm. They don't have ships. It's just a big finger.
Yeah, just walking. Next question comes from Mario Godoy. Need more lore of Orc versus Khorne from the Greater WAAAGH. Okay, more lore on Khorne and the Orcs. We'll do. Next one.
Let's see.
I have one from Simon Kudlak. Can the Chaos Gods fight beside their worshippers? They have manifestations, the demons, that's what they are, but no, an actual Chaos God cannot fight alongside anybody in the real world. They're so big and massive.
More like they are massive and big.
The definition. Next one.
This one is by Shadow Butcher. This is his second attempt. Say a Slanesh. You know what? Let's make it third attempt. Next one. Say a Slanesh worshipper, could be a Space Marine, Imperial Guard, it doesn't really matter, travels back in time to our time and age. What would happen to us as humanity, and what would they do without their god to empower themselves?
Well, the gods still exist now because gods are timeless.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but whatever.
There's a certain birth to them, but they were always here.
Yeah, I think though the Emperor would
make his. Well, he wouldn't make himself known. He'd probably take care of it, like in the shadows.
Exactly, because the Emperor is living amongst us right now in the shadows. He's not actually.
Well, he could even be. He might be a prominent figure. He's just not known that he's the Emperor.
I thought he was only a prominent figure when he saw that humanity was being like pushed a certain way.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like, well, usually when it would be pushed a certain way towards like religion. So I think the fact that the Emperor, if he were to come back now, he would be somebody trying to push away from religion. So he's Neil deGrasse Tyson. But yeah, that's what would happen.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Yeah.
And yeah, so they are being empowered because the Chaos Gods are all the time. And do you think they'd start a cult, or would they just like act on their own?
Oh no, they'll start a cult for sure. They would start a cult like probably in Latin America, because that's the easiest place to hide.
I was gonna say that thing that happened in Waco, Texas. What was it, like 15 years ago?
With the bombing and the fire and everybody dying.
Mm-hmm.
Last question comes from Shafor Man. How was Poland? Poland was amazing. I never thought that. Well, going into Poland, I had different expectations. We got to this place. Well, we got to Warsaw, and then we went to Sopot, and the beach was amazing. The people were really cool, and I got to go to a hobby shop in Gdańsk. I think it was called. What was it called? It's right off the train station, but it was really cool because I got everything real cheap. I ended up getting a starter set, which I'm going to start a Chaos Army.
What?
Yep. So I got a starter set, but I didn't get like the Chaos Space Marine starter set. I got the
demons.
The Age of Sigmar starter set, which comes with a shitload of models. Like, it's insane how much an Age of Sigmar player gets compared to what us 40K players get. But I got that, and I got some bits from other stuff. I think it was called Modeling Central or something like that. It's a cool place though. Yeah.
And those were the questions for today.
Thank you for sending those questions our way. If you guys have more, don't forget to comment down below. We also have a Patreon. A simple $1 a month helps us create more videos for you guys. And if you can't support us on Patreon, then you could just jot down your social security number, send us a photocopy of your ID, and then you can tell us your mother's maiden name.
Ooh. I want that last part.
With pictures.
I like imagining. Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks for everything, guys.
And Sound Alchemist,
Gershwan.
we are out of here.